If you are lucky enough to love someone or know someone with a disability, you're not going to want to miss our show today. We are interviewing Hugs Cafe and the amazing work that they are doing to provide hope and success for the wonderful and diverse community that they serve. Also, I want to let you know that the first 100 people who leave a comment for us who are watching this video are going to be entered to win a $100 gift certificate to Hugs Cafe, which is located in McKinney, and they're just about to open one in Dallas as well, so you're not going to want to miss that. All right, my guests here today are Lauren Smith, who's the Executive Director of Hugs Cafe, and we have Kit Marshall, who is the administrative guru of all things, it sounds like. And I just am excited to have you all here and to talk about your mission and what you're doing through Hugs Cafe. So, Lauren, I'll let you take it off.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. Myself and Kit are so excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to share about our mission, our expansion, and what happens when you believe in incredibly talented people.
I love that. So tell us, what is the mission?
Sure. Hugs is all about hope, understanding, grace, and success, but we employ and empower individuals with disabilities. So if you have autism, traumatic brain injuries, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, or really just a diversely talented team member, you are part of the family here at Hugs.
And what are you doing at Hugs?
Yeah, we do a lot, right, Kit? We do a lot. We have 4 programs where we specifically work with individuals with disabilities. We have our cafe, social enterprise, our greenhouse social enterprise, our training academy, and then a handful of social programs where we're able to continue our work.
So if I'm just somebody in the neighborhood and I want to come support, or I just want a tasty meal, what's my first entree into Hugs Cafe?
Oh my gosh. The Chicky Hug. It's our classic chicken salad sandwich, and it's perfect. Also, make sure to get the wedding cake cookies. Oh my gosh. Just go there. We're in downtown McKinney. It's so cute. It feels like Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. That's what I hear a lot of people say. They're like, go to downtown McKinney. It feels like Stars Hollow. And it's like the cutest place, and it's the best meal you'll ever have.
So you have people who are just coming from all over to come dine at Hugs Cafe.
We actually have a guest book, and I think the most recent signature I saw said someone was from like Taiwan, and I was like, that's incredible. But you can flip through and you can see all the incredible places that people have come from. Like, it's not just the DFW area or even Texas. Like, you'll see that like the mission has touched people all over the world.
So Hugs Cafe International coming soon.
You got it, girl. We have a couple of volunteers that have said Hugs Cafe Fiji. If it opens, I'll go train there. Don't worry about it. So
what is unique about this cafe aside from their amazing food offerings? Tell me a little bit about how it's being run day to day.
Oh, you will see like the happiest people to come to work. You will enter and you will be greeted with a hug most of the time. Someone who might not even know you, but if they know you, you will for certain get greeted by a hug. They'll just come in and say like, how are you doing today? And Ricky, who's our front of house lead, will offer you a mug. And he can sell those things like nothing else. Oh my gosh. But the service, the food, like all of it, you'll just get to interact with all of our incredible employees, and you'll just see how much like the job means to them and how much they enjoy being there.
So the employees are the people who are doing the cooking and doing the serving and doing the selling, it sounds like, too, are people who have a spectrum of disabilities, right?
Yeah. So our cafe was our flagship program, our very first program that was started from the dream. Our founder, Ruth Thompson, had 2 nights in a row. Her and her husband said, we've got to build it, with having no nonprofit experience other than their church and no restaurant experience unless you count a couple of teenage shifts at the local drive-thru. But they truly felt called by both their faith and their belief in people to do something bigger than themselves. And Hugs Cafe has an 80% staff rate where those individuals represent our mission. So throughout the day, you're going to see dozens of individuals with disabilities doing every job there is to do at our cafe. And that first model is what became the seed for our other replication.
And so what I loved when we were talking a little bit is that the S in Hugs has to do with success. So let's talk about what personal success looks like for the people that you're training and who are working for you.
Yeah.
I think success definitely looks different for everyone. I know for some people who work with us, it's their first ever job. They don't have any job experience. No one's ever taken a chance on them. They just see that they're disabled and it's like, I don't know. And we're definitely the opposite of that employment, where we see someone and we go, this person has a unique talent, and we'll find what it is. Part of what we do specifically in the disability community, but as a social enterprise, is called job carving, which is instead of looking at a job that we have, like we'd say, oh, we need someone for back of house, and we'll try to find someone for back of house. we'll meet someone and we'll say, we'd love to have you as part of the Hugs team. And we'll find a job that works for them, which is something I've personally been, definitely Hugs has done for me. But it does look different for everyone. Sometimes it's like they just want somewhere they can go like twice a week, and it's just like a staple schedule. They get to meet friends there. And some people start a job there and then they'll go, this was an amazing job and I kind of want to try something else with my life. And that's awesome too. And so success can really, it means a range of things, but a lot of the time we start to succeed of just giving someone a chance when a lot of other people wouldn't, which is silly, and they should, because our staff is amazing. But like there's room to move up and move around. If you show interest in doing something else, you're never stuck in the same role at Hugs. Whatever you want to do, we'll find space for you to do it, so that you feel fulfilled in your job and in your life.
Which is just amazing. I want to talk a little bit about what the training looks like. Like how, so you're taking people who may or may not have any prior work experience and may or may not have some limitations or challenges in, from their, that they carry with them, from their past. So how are you then equipping them to be the very best?
Sure.
Whatever it is that they're doing.
So our training academy is one of our programs that we have. So we mentioned the fact that we have social enterprises, our cafe and greenhouse, and in our administrative team are where we offer direct employment services. Our training academy is a pipeline for those that we do not employ or do not yet have culinary and hospitality experience to where they wouldn't yet be a good fit for our programming through direct employment. So the training academy is that introductory opportunity that allows individuals to get food handler certifications, fire extinguisher training, and complete a 6-module national restaurant certification. So people are leaving our program with an incredible amount of skill and over 120 hours of in-person instruction. We have a wait list of employment opportunities within our direct employment programs. So if you want a job at Hugs Cafe, you're going to apply. And then should we have an opportunity, your name would be called and we can begin that job carving process. But we have now expanded to offer employment services through employment partners. So Raising Cane's, Marriott Hotels, those people are now those entities are now taking our individuals and graduates and placing them as permanent employees. And we are able to serve as a liaison. So we will continue to do the work directly as a proof of concept. If we can employ 100 people with disabilities, everyone can employ one. But we were just going to continue to do the work so that people recognize that success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And, Kit may have moved into administrative coordinating this year, but the question is going to be, what does success look like for her next year? And that's something we believe is offered to every member of the team, regardless of label. That pursuit of personal success and excellence is something we want to continue to make a part of our culture.
Okay, the training sounds amazing. What is the cost for somebody to go through your training?
Sure. So the cost for the 120-hour in-person training is $3,200, and that is all encompassing of everything that you would need for the program. You do not have job placement services expenses after that. We really take all of it and make it a one-time fee. If $3,200 does not fit your budget, we do offer scholarship opportunities. I am proud to say that we have not had a single individual that has failed to participate in the program due to lack of funds. We meet everyone where they are.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, are you offering some education training for those employers who are then hiring your talented people?
I think definitely, yeah. We work specifically with these people. Sometimes they'll start with us as mock diner partners, which is something that we do with Training Academy, where we have a group of people in, and they've said, hey, we're kind of interested in your mission. Can we find out more about you? And so they'll come and they'll sit at the Training Academy and they'll do the full service meal with our trainees. And so they'll get to see like what Hugs is, what it's about. And these trainees like do the entire process of like cooking the meal, serving, greeting. They do even like the 2-minute checks, how's your meal going? And so they'll get to usually see us in action. They go, okay, this is a mission we can definitely get behind now that we've like seen how it works. And often the people who do those opportunities with us, if they're not already like groups that we work with, will become those employment partners, and we'll talk to them when we're getting our new employees in, when we're saying, hey, we have an amazing candidate for you who just graduated Training Academy. We send their job coach with them, and they get to talk with those bosses like, hey, so this person, it would need some accommodations, and we walk them through that job. We make sure that they feel comfortable, not just like speaking up for themselves, but saying like, hey, I could use some help with this from the bosses. And so we work with every company that employs one of our graduates to make sure that they know how to accommodate and just treat our trainees right, because they're really awesome employees and they just need sometimes a space and sometimes accommodations that other people wouldn't actually need to be successful. And then once they get those accommodations, they're usually some of the best employees you'll ever have. But it definitely is a communication with them, usually from starting to see the program to getting those people hired on. They have to kind of learn like how it works to like hire someone with disabilities, but it's not that hard.
Exactly. And I think that's why like educating and just empowering people, it's so important. And of course, in a market too, where people are complaining all the time about not having workforce, what a great solution to be providing. So, obviously, like we were talking about, this is meeting needs. So you all are growing. And let's talk a little bit about that. I know you've got headquarters under construction and you're also expanding the cafes.
Yeah, we've been so fortunate. Year after year, we have been able to increase our revenue at our cafe. So more customers are coming to us. We're staying busier. We even do catering and special things like that. You'll find us during the holiday seasons doing amazing holiday pies. So be sure to check us out online for those. But really and truly, we are bustling and thriving, and our team is becoming more advanced in what they do. And we recognize that our model and our proof of concept needed to replicate, right? But as a nonprofit and as an entity that really maximizes people, not profits, there are only certain conditions in which it makes sense for us to replicate. So as our headquarters, we're moving into a space that we will own completely and it will be our forever. But we needed to have that same kind of support and assurance if we were going to expand to a second location. The Meadows Foundation became an incredible partner. They came alongside us. They recognized they had a 3,200 square foot building that was not fulfilling the needs of the community in any way. And they said, we want this to be a Hugs Cafe. And in a 32-minute conversation, they gave us a $0 agreement to be able to have that building forever. So for us now to be able to...
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So they also came in and supported a significant amount of the infrastructure that it would take to create that space and make it possible. And because of their support and generosity, in less than 1 year's time, we went from dreaming of a second cafe to actually making it a reality. We will do that grand opening this December.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
And then other people can work with you all to expand. We were talking a little bit about some of the projects that you have where maybe they're opening, they could be using the Hugs brand for some of their things they want to accomplish. So talk a little bit about different ways that people are connecting with you all.
Sure. So there are a couple of ways that we expand the Hugs mission and the movement of inclusive hiring and empowering people with disabilities. We, of course, do that work directly, and we are going to continue to expand our services. But the mission is great, and we know that there are passionate people in the community that can do this work, and we want to meet them where they are at. So we license our training academy curriculum, and we currently license that in 5 states.
I believe so.
5 states, maybe 6. So 5 plus states. But also from that has come the reality that people want us to mentor them through this process when they open their own social enterprise. And these are individuals that have family members that recognize the disability community as part of their family, or these are day programs and other nonprofits that are trying to be more self-sustaining. We look at funding across the board for individuals with disabilities, and there's some vulnerability right now. And our model really provides an answer to that taps into the local community to be a part of that solution so that we can continue to not feel as troubled by some of these funding considerations that may happen at a federal level. So.
Right. That's amazing. Ken, I want to turn to you a little bit, and I want to talk about how did you become involved with Hugs Cafe?
I love to tell my weird kind of winding story here because it definitely was not what I intended when I put in an application, but we'll get there. I love where I am now. So in 2022, I was graduating from college, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I've had a single job, and it was as a tutor in high school, and I've been living at home, and I don't like leaving the house, and I really don't like interacting with people. It was like the mid-COVID times too, so I was like, I haven't left the house in 2 years. I don't want to leave the house, and I have to get a job. And so I was like, great. I graduated in a month. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. And I knew about Hugs because my mom was like just a donor. She loved visiting there. She just would take people there. She's like, hey, you're in McKinney, let's go to Hugs. And so I was like, okay, I can volunteer there. I'll start with that. They're always looking for volunteers, so I'll just submit an application to volunteer. And I had a question on the application where it said, do you have experience working with adults with disabilities? And I went, I am one. I am one. And I submitted it. And like a day later I got a call and it was like, were you looking for a volunteer position or were you looking for like a job? And I was like, I could take a job. I'll take a job. Yeah, I'll take a job. Sure. And so I had signed up to be a volunteer, and then within like a week, I was getting onboarded to be part of Hugs Greenhouse. And I really was like, this is my second job, my first since high school, and my high school job was kind of a disaster. But I came in and I was like, I really don't like people, but this is great because this is a really small environment. It's got like 10 employees total, and everyone is super kind and super welcoming and super patient. And I grew so much more comfortable there. Like if you had met me in 2022, you would not believe I was the same person I am today, because I would not open my mouth to speak. I did not want to be around people at all. Like I jokingly say like I hated people, mostly because I was afraid of them. I didn't dislike them. I was just like afraid. I was just like, I don't want to start a social interaction with anyone ever if I can help it.
Did you ever have imagined yourself in this?
No.
No.
I think I would have thought you were just like pulling my leg.
Yeah.
I worked there for about a year and a half before I was like, you know what? I feel ready to apply to like my long-term dream, which was going to the Disney College program. And I got in, and I didn't think I would get in, and I was really excited, and I was like, I hate to leave Hugs, I really do, but also like, I want to take this opportunity because it's something different. Like, it's something that I'll never be able to experience again. Yeah. And so I was there for a year, and it was really amazing. It taught me a lot, but also it was a lot. And so I came home earlier this year in January, and I messaged Lauren on Facebook, and I said, do you have any room for me in the organization anywhere?
No, I'm kidding.
And I was brought in as an unpaid intern for like 3 weeks. And then they were like, we actually have a job opportunity. We want you to be in this job. We're making this job for you. And so that was marketing associate. And I was marketing associate for about 6 months. And they were like, you're basically not even marketing associate anyway. You're here way more than we expected, doing way more than we expected for way more people than we expected. Do you want to just like be our administrative coordinator? You'll be like everyone's like mediator in the admin team. They can just pass tasks off to you. You can coordinate between people, event planning, document creation. It's all in my purview. And I was like, wow. If you had told me, like, I genuinely would have thought you were joking. I'd be like, no.
This woman thought all she could do was volunteer. I just want to like pause the universe for 10 seconds. Yeah. She just listed 100 jobs that she does for our organization. And really and truly, until opportunities were presented in a culture where self-empowerment is part of who we are, volunteering was the mindset that culture and society had dictated. Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, like, we even talk about opportunities where Kit could grow into a much larger role for us. The way that she talks about our organization is beautiful. And I'm so proud of you, but you're just crushing it all the time.
I feel like it was really, really important to me to get the job because I don't know if I'd actually discussed this before, but like I'd applied for like internships and jobs throughout college and I had never gotten one, partially because of my lack of experience, partially because it's just really hard to get a job. But I was like really disheartened by that. And I was like, okay, there's nothing going on for me. I've got nothing to show for it. So like, at least if I can get volunteer experience and to like get that job and then to get another job and then to come back to Hugs and get an even greater job. Like it has been a pipeline that I could not have imagined in my wildest dreams and has meant so much to me.
As we've been talking, I sit here and I just can't help but to think how sad it would be to be in the world that society lays out, right? And here you are just like a shining light, I can tell. I know you've made my day better just by having you here today. And I can tell she's doing amazing things for your organization. And I think that really speaks to how important this mission is, where you're taking people who are talented and have so many gifts to offer, but the world tends to just overlook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely something. I was like, I was good at school, and because I was autistic, I was really bad at people, and I was really extra terrible at selling myself. I was not used to talking about myself. So like on job applications, I'd just be like, I don't know what my skills are. Do I even have any skills? Mm-hmm. And I feel like and not that I want to submit a job application. I don't. But I feel like
I'm about to say, what's happening here?
No, I definitely don't. But like, I feel like if I had to write myself a resume now, I could be like, yeah, there's things that I'm good at, and not
CVS receipt long.
Yeah. I feel like I could list my skills now. If someone asked for them, I could be like, yeah, I'm great at not like only the hard skills. Like I can do software and stuff, but also I can do like interpersonal things.
Yeah.
I've got soft skills, which is crazy because I had no soft skills when I came. So
Well, that's just it's just amazing. And Kit is not available for hire. So
No, I'm
No. No. All the cameras. No.
but there are other people
Yeah.
like you.
Kit will come do
Yeah.
speaking engagements
I will.
at your place of business to remind you that culture and opportunity go hand in hand. And when you have people that graciously embrace everyone, it's just a good reminder. I mean, Kit reminds me of what my culture needs to be every day. So we're happy to pass that along. But no, you can't have her. She's alone. She's on loan, and that's all.
Well, I am so excited to come to Hugs Cafe. We have just opened a new office up in McKinney.
Oh,
so we're
cool.
gonna have to come by and make it a regular stop off and caterer for events and things. And you all are doing such good work, and it's so great to shine light on a wonderful organization.
I will say the thing about Hugs that I think is so incredibly special is people find us completely by accident or exactly on purpose, depending on how you choose to look at the world. But people are learning about a diversely talented team by coming in and having a cup of coffee, by coming and having a turkey sandwich. And we place our cafes in locations where those conversations will happen organically. So you don't have to decide today is the day I'm going to go change the world. We're doing that every single day that people are accidentally walking through our doors. And that's the work that we need to keep doing. So every customer that comes in, every customer that brings a friend, whether you have a disability or not, you get to come into a place where everyone is accepted. And it's just a feel-good story that would lift up your week, no matter where you are.
I love it.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out Hugs Cafe. We're going to include a link. You all have a great website, and we're excited to hear about the new cafes that you will be opening with that one in Dallas. But I just have a feeling they're going to be a lot
Get
more.
on the road all over the United States. You'll see your little face like on a little map, like moving around. But yeah, stand by for Kit's next adventure after Dallas.
That's amazing. So be sure to check us out. And of course, leave us a comment and tell us how much you love Hugs down below. And we'll enter you in a gift certificate to win probably a couple of pies, right? $100 probably goes.
Yeah.
Like you get some good lunch, get some good coffee, and some pies.
Yeah.
please try the cookies.
Yeah.
And the cookies, the
Please
wedding
try the
cookies.
cookies.
If you don't want the pressure to bake for the holiday season, you don't have to. And you will feel so good when you get to bring something to a family table that was made with so much love. So you don't have to bake this holidays. We got you covered. Or even if you don't want to have breakfast or lunch made at home, come on, see us.
Love it. Thank you.